Hello everybody and welcome to the first SABRE Grid Calibration Tool tutorial video. The Grid Calibration Tool is new to SABRE Maps. We've been testing it for a few months, and this is actually how we convert a map to make it visible on screen in SABRE Maps. And today I'm going to show you how to access it, the tool, and how to do a straightforward Ordnance Survey National Grid map. This applies whether you're using English or Scottish or Welsh, or indeed Ordnance Survey Ireland, Ordnance Survey Northern Ireland maps, because they're all the same principle and this applies to all of their maps basically since World War II. There are 4 types of map, and actually I will show you this on screen now. So this, actually, I'll go back to the very beginning. Go back to the SABRE homepage. This is the SABRE homepage. Then maps are under Discover. And then here's the Street Finder, which we should show you another time. I'll have a word with Stephen. The Coordinate Finder, so you can put in the place you're looking for, information about SABRE Maps, the nations. But the one we're interested in today is this one, the Grid Calibrator. And in the map type menu, we've got a number of them. For example, the OSGB quarter-inch 4th edition is National Yard Grid. Quarter-inch 3rd edition is Cassini. That's the projection that most maps of England and Wales would have used before World War II. The conversion to the National Grid Yard Grid started between the wars, but was incomplete before the Second World War started. The equivalent of Cassini for Scotland and Northern Ireland, and all of Ireland, was the bond projection. And I'm going to cover that in our second video. Here we've got a map which is slightly out of kilter. In fact, the OSI grid doesn't start at the left-hand edge of that particular map, and we'll show you that in our third video. Yes, there's the classic example there. So you can see how the grid is skew with. There's a fourth possibility as well, and that is on a Cassini map where the first column is an odd width and you have to work backwards. That'll be our 4th video. But today, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We're going to choose a nice 1-inch 7 series map, and here it is on screen. So to show you around the buttons a little bit, expert mode, you don't need to worry about that. There are times when it might be useful, but not for anything we'll be showing you in these videos. Set calibration comes in the expert mode. And that is if something has happened that you need to change what we have entered into these fields here. Undo does what it says in the tin, and I use it quite often because maybe I'm not happy with where I clicked. Reset means if you think you've completely messed it up, you can start over. Help does it says on the tin, takes you to guides and videos like this, and save and send is what you use once you've finished. So there's a nice straightforward OSGB, OSNI, or OSI map. First thing you do is you check your 4 corners. Eastings 320,000, Northings 175,000. to 36,000, 360,000, still 175,000 at the top of the sheet. Bottom right should be 360,000, 130,000. Let's check that. There you go. And over the left-hand side should be 320,000, 130,000. So this is actually really straightforward. You start at the top, left-hand corner, and you see the arrow appears to show you where you exactly where you last clicked. And then there's an arrow pointing downwards above that. I'll show you why that is later. So our next thick line is here at 30. That's where we're expecting to find it, 330,000. Across to 340,000. And then 350,000. No, that's not, I'm not happy with that. Let's try that. It'll do for now. 360,000. And again, it's now saying, right, Andy, you want your next click to be down 320,000. There we go. Against 170. There's a 70. And you see how the point downward arrow is showing you roughly where to click. You still click on the lines because we're humans. When we scan maps in, they don't always go exactly right on the scanner. But you can watch this. It'll tell you where it's expecting its next click. 320, 160. Okay, they only show the last, the 2 digits before the 000. If you completely mess up, or you just get lost, you shouldn't really get lost because the last place you clicked is always got a black arrow, and all other places where you clicked have got grey arrows. There's no problem. Hit the reset button. Even after that, if you're still confused, send a message to Stephen on the forums, and he'll do his best to help you. So I just hit the reset button. That was silly because I've got to start again. Again, 340,000. The top hand corner. There we go. The next thick horizontal line. The good thing about National Grid maps is that the thick horizontal thick lines are always at the 10,000 lines. In this case, the 10,000 lines means 10 kilometers, roughly. It's not entirely precise. Just be a little bit careful in case you accidentally go backwards because you swiped the wrong way. So we're down in Bristol Channel. And there's the River Line through Western Supermare, which I haven't been on an railway line past its distance supermarket, which I have been on. With the black grid lines, the arrows come into their own, as you can see more clearly where they are. More modern maps, which we cannot use for a few years yet, are printed with blue lines, which do make it easier to see what you're doing. Three rows to go. The last row will be 30. 30, and we're currently on 50. Yes, you would get confused mixing up the rover line with the thick grid line. Yes, it is an old map because there's the M5 not yet built. Quite a drive it is too. I've driven that whole way I've driven from Holyhead to Minehead. It was an adventure. Minehead off somewhere off to the left of this map. $40 and then bottom line 30. And there we go. That is the last click done. And my recommendation is that you review first. Just go back and look. If you get to the bottom right-hand corner and you don't get this message, you missed a click somewhere. If you get one and you're still several lines from the bottom of the map, then stop and report it to Stephen that the calibration of the map is incorrect. So just go to look back through. T, 30, 40, 50, 60, 60, 50, yes, 40, 30, 20. Yeah, and so on and so forth. So have a look down it. Just make sure you're happy with your clicks. You know, nosing around the map while you're looking at it. I mean, that's what it's there for. Hmm. And we go. So we're happy. And we're simply going to click Save and Send. And if you click Try Another Sheet, it'll take you back to the menu. If there's no other sheets, that'll be blank, but you can try What are these? Again, you'll be doing the same thing, top left-hand corner, because it's officially National Grid. So 107391 all the way across to 207 to 220. Actually, yes, let's quickly do this. Why not? Let's do this. So 107391 823547. Just double check down the bottom here. 5 1. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, let's do this while we're here. Second example. So I'm going to have to do this slowly because I'm not quite sure what the heck's going on here. So let's just go and see what it says, where it tells me to click next. 107391. It wants me to, yes, it wants me to go all the way across to 200,000. Then the laptop right-hand corner, because it's quarter-inch scale. Because it's quarter-inch scale, you click a lot less. Some of these you only click 9 times altogether. This feels odd, but it's correct. Once in each corner, once in the middle of each side, and once in the middle of the map. So where does the last one want to be? Oh, it's making me click 12 times, maybe more. Yeah, there we go, 70. You see what I mean by the map not always being straight. We do what we can. Now down to the bottom corner. And there we have it. It looks odd, but it's right. And it'll always tell you where it thinks you should be clicking next. And when you're looking at going, what? That's really helpful. So that, folks, is us for the first tutorial. Our next one, we'll be looking at the Cassini and Bond maps. And you'll be able to see how those work. It's a lot more clicking to them, but it's the same thing. You'll be guided through by the next click boxes. And if you're at any stage you think you've messed up, you can undo, you can reset, or you can just go to the forums and send them a private message to Stephen, that's STEVEN, and ask for help. My name's Andy. This has been the first SABRE Grid Calibration Tool video, and thank you for joining me.